Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today I wanted to take a look at this YARDRAT Goku, because obviously Pure Saiyans is all the rage now at the moment with the release of the STR Super Vegeta. We got this EZA. I did pre-link level him to level 10. Obviously, we've been waiting a while now, the Vegeta celebration coming somewhat out of order to what we expected. So I've had this guy sat waiting, ready to go, and I wanted to show him off. So I'm not actually going to use him on the Pure Saiyan team for this video, though. We're going to use him on the Goku family team, because obviously for this particular showcase, I want to try and get him linked up with as many links as possible. And one of his best link partners is actually the Zeno Goku from Heroes, who is also a Goku family support unit. So this rotation is going to be absolutely crazy. So if we look at this guy, he's a free-to-play lead for Android/Cell Saga, 3 key, 77% to stats, or Int types 3 key, 50% to stats. So not bad for a free-to-play leader skill. His super attack, the instant transmission Kamehameha, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage, and has a medium chance to stun. And then his passive, there's a lot of text here, but basically he is a unit that does different things depending on where you put him in the rotation. So he does 59% attack and defense, just straight up start a turn. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 59% when performing a super attack. He gets an additional attack and defense 20% up to 59%, and chance of performing a crit 7% up to 21 within the same turn with each attack performed. So the more attacks he does, obviously the more this builds up to a maximum of 3 within the same turn. High chance of evading the enemy's attack as the first attacker in the turn, so 50%, but as it's a first attacker in the turn passive, it means this only goes off after he attacks. So any attacks that are right at the beginning of slot 1, he doesn't have that dodge chance. However, he has damage received from normal attacks minus 59% and counter with enormous power as the second or third attacker in the turn. So I feel like that is going to be his primary use, because dodge as the first attacker in the turn, I don't like that as a passive ability, especially when you can end up getting turns in things like Super Battle Road where there's like 4 attacks in slot 1 and then like 1 after you attack, and so you're already really getting the benefit of that dodge for that 1 potential attack, and then obviously he's getting the counters in slot 2 or 3. So he does have a very solid link set. Obviously he's on a ton of teams, which is really good, but we are going to try him out on this Goku family team. Bear in mind, I am running a GT, I'm obviously running the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so it's 170 to HP and attack, 130 to defense, and then the GT Goku as a friend who has Goku family 150 across the board. So his defense is a little bit lower than it could be on a double 170 team, and obviously overall slightly lower than if we were running double Gokus in terms of the attack, or if it was on a Pure Saiyan team. But he's on teams like Super Saiyans and stuff as well, so he's on a ton of good teams, and he's on a lot of good teams with that Zeno Goku as well. So as you can see here, this is a really good rotation. If we just have these two together, they share 5 links, which is pretty good. And then he does pick up Saiyan Warrior Ace. Unfortunately, we're not going to get any counters or anything like that off here, but obviously we need to start getting these attacks off. So we'll go ahead and do this and just do this here. So of course we get Super in slot 1. I was going to say Zeno Goku obviously needs some time to start building up, but it only really takes him like a couple of supers, and then he becomes a unit that is very much runnable in slot 1. I mean, literally just from this double super, we'll check him out on the next turn. He's already going to have very solid defense. And wow, 2.8 million is this Goku's first super attack. That's actually, wow. And then he jumps up to 3.3 with the second one as well. That is pretty good. Now he's getting a little bit of support. We had the 30% support from the Tech Goku and Gohan card. The reason I wanted to do this on Goku family is because I really wanted to bring this guy. He has the 2 links that the Zeno Goku does not have with the YARDRAT Goku. So when we have this Gohan in slot 3 and we have YARDRAT Goku in the middle, he is going to have all of his links activated. So obviously that is going to be very good. We get locked in place here, but fortunately it's not anything too bad. I did bring Sensu Beans with me just in case we needed to fix up the rotation at any point, because you guys know how much I hate rotation locking, but fortunately this turn we can manage easily enough. Obviously GT Goku, you don't want him in slot 1 a lot of the time, but this rotation is more than powerful enough, especially with the support. I mean, yeah, we just clean this guy out like straight away. So hopefully we can get some attacks in the middle. Of course, I want some attacks in the middle so we can actually get the counters. But okay, so I guess we could go ahead. Let's put him in slot 1 since we're not getting any extra links from Pan, and see if we can get the dodge on that secondary attack here. So let's have a look at our stats now. So we're at 69k defense. This Goku's already at 214. So obviously he is much better in slot 1. But I just want to see how this plays out for the Yardrat Goku here. So yeah, see, he takes damage in slot 1 as well. This is the problem until he's like fully built up, and then we didn't get the dodge anyway. So yeah, I feel like he is really he is a slot 2 unit, or you could bring him along on teams like Super Saiyan, Goku Family, stuff like that. You could use him as a slot 3 unit, I guess, because obviously you're still going to get those counters. It's just that normally for me personally, when it comes to the way I like to build teams, I usually only really try and bring support units as my 3rd slot floats. And of course, he doesn't do anything to support the team, but he definitely could be useful in certain events. Things like Super Battle Road, where, you know, stages where you're going to be fighting multiple enemies, where there's often multiple attacks in the 3rd slot. And maybe you don't want to bring a support unit who's a little bit weaker defensively and could potentially get you killed, then Yardrat Goku obviously fills a very good role there. Because, you know, not only is he getting the counters, but it's the fact that he gets the damage reduction as well from normal attacks. So, you know, he's definitely not going to be getting hit anywhere near as hard. He gets a massive buff on Super, because it's only 59%, but the on-Super attack buffs, we've been seeing a lot of characters getting these recently. But yeah, the on-super attack buffs are massive for affecting the overall stats. So now we've got this rotation, every single link active, although I have a horrible feeling that Zeno Goku is probably just too powerful here and is just going to finish our boy off. So let's pop a quick heal. The Goku and Gohan card that we brought on the other rotation, I just grabbed them because they're a Goku Family support unit, but they build up in long form events, which is really good, but you don't want them taking a super this early. Fortunately, though, Zeno Goku not taking him out here, so 2.92 on the attack stat for Yardrat Goku. We don't get a chance to get any additional attacks or counters, so I think what we want to try and do here is probably try and avoid doing too much damage. So we'll go ahead and put Goku in slot 1 here. In fact, we won't even get a super attack with Goku. And then we'll get 1 orb with GT Goku, so he's obviously not going to do a crazy amount of damage. And then, I mean, B-Pan doesn't really do that much damage anyway. And then, yeah, we won't actually get to do much damage to him this turn. And then, hopefully, we can get some attacks in that middle slot. Because I want to show off, like, his full kit. But, you know, like I say, I would run him on teams as, like, a 2nd slot unit, or as a 3rd slot float. So I want to try and get the opportunity to have him counter some attacks. So of course, the turn where we're trying not to do too much damage, the GT Goku comes in with an additional super. No crits though, so we didn't really do a lot of damage. Got a level 3 dodge as well, you'd love to see that. And then B-Pan gonna top up our health a little bit here with her healing on the damage that she does. Yeah, crit from her means back to full health. So, come on, give me attacks in the middle. Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. Okay, so, what is he at now? 79k. So, let's go ahead and do this. Grab these, and then we'll give you guys the tech orbs. That's the only problem, like, because we could... I find it weird that his counters are slot 2 or 3, because it just really feels like it makes him a unit that's just completely not designed to be in slot 1. Because like I said at the beginning, the dodge chances to first attacker in the turn is sometimes very awkward when there are obviously multiple attacks in slot 1 before you get to attack. And so, you know, if you're going to use him as like a main staple of your team, because his EZA is definitely very, very good, but like, do you want to run him in slot 2 on a lot of these teams where there's, you know, potentially a multitude of more powerful options? We can't really avoid the big damage here, so I'm just gonna lean into it. Just go, just go full send on this guy. Super Saiyan 4 Goku might take him out by himself here with the little bit of support we got. Just shy of 5 million attack stat. The LR Super Saiyan 4s are still really good. They do get outclassed by the EZA, like 120 lead versions, but the LRs are still really good. So, and obviously they do have the better leader skill for their family teams than the GT Super Saiyans. So I feel like there's definitely still some use for them out there. But we'll finish this guy off and go on to the next one. We really need a rotation where there's like a ton of attacks in slot 2. Alright, there we go. And we got type advantage as well. Let's go. So, let's go ahead here and let's use B-Pan's active skill. Or maybe, actually, no. Let's save that for a rotation where we don't have type advantage. Because I don't want him to like double super or something and then kill him. And then we don't actually get to see any counters. So, we've got no support on this rotation, but we've got 5 out of the 7 links active. Zeno Goku up to a 3 million attacks. I mean, the Zeno Goku and Vegeta are just absolute monsters. But yeah, 2.32 on the first super. No support here. And then, yeah, of course we're going to take double-digit damage. And let's see. Non-crit counter. Just under 1 million. Can we get a crit counter here? I don't know. I didn't see the red flash. No, we got one more. No crits. But each one not super shy of 1 million. And of course, the way the game works, it treats counters as attacks. So because he has that part of his passive where he gets a little bit of extra attack and defense with each attack performed within the turn. Basically that means that like with each of the first couple of counters, each one of them is then like working into that buff, right? So it's making him more powerful. That's why each of those counters did a little bit of extra damage. So, you know, if the final counter had been a crit, like the damage off of that would have been massive. So, we're getting the Dokkan attack here with the GT Super Saiyan Goku. I won't bother hitting the nodes for this just so we can let it go by a bit faster. But yeah, this Yardrat Goku, really, really solid free-to-play option. Like I said, you know, Pure Saiyans is the hot team right now with the release of Super Vegeta. You can run this Zeno Goku and Super Vegeta, Zeno Goku and Yardrat Goku rotation. I mean, Yardrat Goku will share some links with Super Vegeta, but obviously he's not like the ideal candidate. But here we have the full links turn once again. We should be fully built up at this point. So we've got 85k defense at the start of turn. So his defense is not crazy good in terms of like the raw number, because after he super attacks, we basically get like a 60% buff. So this goes up to what, like 130-ish k. But then it's the fact that the normal attacks, he has the like damage reduction before the counter. So even in some of the harder content, like in slot 2 or 3, as long as he's not getting super attacked, then he will just be taking double-digit damage. And obviously, as we've seen with counter units, you do want to go with crits. We did get very unlucky in the previous turn. I think I've got like 9 additional 12 crit on him or something. I haven't given him any skill orbs, but with the way his passive works, additionals are good for him as well. So I feel like you kind of want to give him a little bit of a mix of the two. Because you see here, if we get a double super turn, he jumps up to 3.4 million. And in something like Super Battle Road, he can stun on super attack. So then he can be really, really good. Especially if you've got like multiple enemies attacking in slot 2 or 3. He could stun one of them and then like get some counters off on some of the other ones. So he is definitely a very, very solid free-to-play card. Like, I liked his design and everything. I thought it was kind of cool, like, when he first came out. But he just wasn't, like, super viable for, like, a long time after his release. But, yeah, the EZA definitely brings him up to a very reasonable level of power. Like, free-to-play cards, you always kind of... They're always tainted by that, like, you know, oh, they're really good for a free-to-play card. Because... you know, they don't make free-to-play cards that are at the same level as, like, you know, Dokkan Fest TURs and stuff, most of the time. And, but yeah, I think he's very solid. You definitely run him over some other options. Again, Super Battle Road, the fact that he has the stun potential, I think he could be really good. Pure Saiyans is obviously one of the harder stages that a lot of people struggle with. And here we are. We've got some attacks in the middle slot. So we can go ahead and get rid of our rotation locking here. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So put you here. We've got the support from the Goku and Gohan cards. So we've got every single link active except for Shocking Speed, which makes our start of turn defense still just under 80k. So we're still looking at around like 130k defense post super attack. And then that's with the damage reduction on top. Because, yeah, he's going to super attack Zeno Goku. Zeno Goku's defense is very high at this point. So 60k without any form of defensive item active is pretty good. And 3.7 million attack stat for him. So let's see what Yardrat Goku can put out. So he consistently puts out around 3 million on the initial super. And we got the double super attack again. So that jumps him up to 3.3. And now can we get some crit counters? It's not going to give me a single crit counter, is he? But, I mean, that's still decent damage. There's the dodge from being an int unit. But, of course, that still triggers a counter. And we get a crit. Just over 1 million damage. Can we crit on the last one as well? We do not. What's this going to do? Because we do get that little increase. Yeah, see, we did about 50k extra damage compared to the non-crit. Yeah, compared to the previous one that didn't crit. Because of that little bit of build-up within the same turn with those attacks. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's really good. I think he's solid. You definitely could use him for some of these runs for the more difficult content. He is on some interesting categories. So you guys will have to let me know what you think of him down below in the comment section. A lot of people mentioned in the... which run was it that I did? I did not use the GT Vegeta active skill. So I need to try and redeem myself at some point in the future for that one. But we'll let Super Saiyan 4 Goku go off here. Let me know what you think of Yardrat Goku down below in the comment section. Have you farmed him up? Have you link leveled him? Have you tried him out? I think he's definitely very useful. Let me know all your thoughts on him down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.